Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Do we have a slide? Let me do this, and then I'll do this, and maybe we have a slide. Hopefully we have a slide. How is everyone today? And where is everyone? I know Lynn's not here. He has something to do, and he won't be here for the rest of the week. Where are the rest of the troops? Oh, time does get away. I know it got away on me this morning. I have a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and I tend to get busy doing things, and then time disappears on me, and it's fine for the most part, except when I have live calls and I have things I need to do, and so I'm going to go like this. I didn't get my Skype invite out to the group, so I'm going to send it out right now. It's just a small list. So we'll get that out, and it might remind them that we are live. And there we go. And I'm hoping that the white cat will go home today. And that will certainly solve some of my breathing issues. It gets to be a challenge after a while. We get used to it, I realize that I'm starting to adapt. I'm feeling not as congested today. White cat. Yeah, my daughter's cat has been here for 2 weeks. Hey, Fern, great to see you. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, so we have a cat, Spider, and then Blanca is my daughter's cat. She's just a white, angry cat, and she's been here 2 weeks, so now she's really comfortable. And she was actually crawled up on Dawn's lap last night when we were sitting watching TV. And let him pet her, and this isn't normal. But this is how she gets after this amount of time. She does like people, but not most people. Hey, Bonnie. Enjoying my coffee. Decided to go back on Weight Watchers today. I'm on a mission to get back in shape, get healthy. I've let myself go for quite a while. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. Enjoyed every mouthful, every sip. I enjoyed every bit of it, okay? I won't deny it. I did. I absolutely enjoyed every ounce I put on. But it's time to shed it. We were at the store the other day, and I was trying on a couple tops, and I looked in the mirror and I went, yeah. And then we were with my cousin on the weekend. I don't remember when. Today's Tuesday. It was on the weekend. And she mentioned Weight Watchers, and I said, yeah, Weight Watchers. So yesterday I asked her if she would be my Weight Watchers buddy. And she said, yeah. So I told her this morning I signed up. So she's going to go get signed up, and we're going to be Weight Watchers buddies and reach our goals. And actually our daughter Cassie is on a mission to lose weight too. So I'm going to talk her into, I think she's tried Weight Watchers before, but I think if you have to become obsessed about it. That's all. And when you do, then it's fun. So I need to get a battery for my Fitbit thingy that I wear. We'll get a new one. I need to get more active so I can track my activity, because Weight Watchers credits you for that. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. And you know what I'm looking forward to the most? Looking like I did 15 pounds ago. Getting back in shape, knowing how I'll feel. I'm already feeling better just thinking about that. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing how we can change our mindset, and it really is all a mindset. I have a friend of mine who's trying to quit smoking, and she's using a pharmaceutical that's supposed to help you quit smoking. And she started taking this drug, and she got all the side effects, unfortunately, and didn't realize it right away, and got into a very deep depression, and very deep depression. So she's back. She knows what it is, and she's back and starting to feel better. But and she was in such a state, nobody even knew she was in that state because she couldn't do anything but cry. And I just thought, oh my goodness, pharmaceuticals, I don't know, mindset. If you want something bad enough, you'll do it. You'll do it. And it's that's what it's all about, right? It's about imagining things. And I know that for me, it's about changing my mindset. It's about looking at what I'm eating and deciding, do I want that or not? And because of Weight Watchers, I just look up the points and go, I could have this instead. I could have this instead. And the truth is that as you start doing this, as you start eating better, you actually feel better. Because I'm not feeling very good right now. I'm tired because I'm carrying some extra weight. I know what it is. I will do it. You know what the benefit of all this is? The side effects. Dawn will tell you the side effects of me going back on Weight Watchers. So it's a good thing we didn't buy jeans yet. Hey, Bob, glad you could make it today. Carl, Barbara, Bonnie, Claudia, Fern. One of the side effects of me going back on Weight Watchers is Dawn loses weight too. Because you know what? When I'm having fun, Dawn's having fun. So, it's funny. Like I said, I enjoyed every single ounce, every ounce. It's fine. I knew where it was going. I knew that this had to stop soon. But I love Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers is my friend. So Weight Watchers is now, where are you? I'm going to have to move something to get Weight Watchers on my main screen. Well, I think we'll do that. Yes. Did you have Weight Watchers mobile? Oh, I think I haven't installed it yet. That's the problem. We'll do that later. Yeah, I just have it online. Yeah, to be honest, I've tried other things too, and I have a weight loss coffee that I use, so that's pretty awesome too. Bonnie should try the new system, but Weight Watchers works because it teaches you to eat real food. Transparent Tuesday. I love when things are transparent, free, and clear of all inhibition and judgment. And you know what's important, and I mean, this was the hardest thing for me, was to announce to the world that I'm back on Weight Watchers because, well, now I got to be accountable. Never really done that before. I pretty much do those things on my own. However, there's usually somebody knows that I'm doing it, like Dawn. And I track things and I keep track of it, man. I keep really close track. I love Weight Watchers. Develop an attitude of gratitude. We're reading our book, Smile for No Good Reason. Things you can do to get happy now. And some of you were here yesterday. Some of you weren't. And some of you know that we're going through some family issues right now. Everybody's fine, but I'm being reminded every day that we can turn another page. We can be happy in spite of. Happiness doesn't come from out there. It isn't about what other people are doing or saying. It's about just taking a breath and saying, wow. For me, I say wow and look around, and I am so grateful that I live the life I live. And here, Pharrell Williams, he's a pretty cool guy. I love him. I love his song, Happy, 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 Happy. If you're happy, I'm happy all the time. And it's not pretend. And when it says, I've got here, free yourself, and for me, getting back to that place where I just am happy is a much better place. Like, it's just a better place, and it is possible to get there. And it takes a little practice, and the things that we do, the things we practice here, work. The things we practice here work. And once you've practiced it enough, then when a crisis happens, it doesn't take as long to get through it. Develop an attitude of gratitude. We're on principle number 8. We can choose and direct ourselves to be peaceful inside, regardless of what's happening outside. I've needed that this week. Develop an attitude of gratitude. It seems fitting that I'm writing this vignette the day after Thanksgiving. Upon reflecting on all that I'm thankful for, I find myself most grateful for the capacity to give and receive love. It is my guarantee that a positive outcome to all situations is possible, even if sometimes it's hard to think that way. In the past, I spent so much time and energy examining what was missing in my life, what was wrong, what could be improved upon, that I overlooked the power of loving in the moment. A daily attitude of gratitude helps me to see clearly. Being thankful makes good things happen. Gratitude is like a magical fertilizer that allows positive experiences to grow abundantly in your life. This Thanksgiving, I see more precisely than ever that being happy has nothing to do with how much you have, and everything to do with how grateful you are for what you do have. There are 2 beliefs that lead to having deeper gratitude. Number 1, who you are is love. Love never abandons you, but when you can choose to cover it with shame and guilt. When you cover up love, you pretend that it has vanished and that darkness is who you are. But as any child learns early on, you need only lift the cover to see what is underneath. Number 2, every person wants to experience compassion and union. This recognition brings understanding and happiness to relationships. When you respond to this need in every person, even when you don't like their behavior, you create positive experiences. When you believe in these 2 principles, you are able to make every situation a lesson in learning to love more fully. You become grateful for all situations, even if it's hard. When I suggest you can be grateful for all situations because they can teach you about loving, I'm not suggesting that you want bad things to happen. There's a difference between wanting something to happen and the ability to be grateful for it. For example, I didn't want to be severely hearing impaired, but I'm grateful for it because the disability has taught me so much about listening with the heart. I didn't want a divorce, but it taught me about loving deeply and about forgiveness. And for this, I am grateful. I didn't want to be an addict at an early age, but I'm grateful for my recovery because it taught me so much about where happiness comes from. Resist the temptation to compare yourself with other people to figure out if you should be grateful or not. Comparison can be the destroyer of gratitude. Hatred, envy, and jealousy come from comparison and make gratitude very difficult. Gratitude and love are linked together. Focus on either, and you will have the other. Gratitude is the attitudinal password that takes you through the doorway of your heart. I have to admit I've had to I've had to get into an attitude of gratitude over the last couple weeks. And while it's been a challenge, I certainly have learned a lot about getting through a challenge. And I've learned that you really can get through any challenge, even if it's directly affecting you. that you can take a breath and find something to be happy about. And I want to read this next chapter because it goes with it, because this is something that we've all been guilty of. We need to quit saying, what else can go wrong? Just think about that for a minute. What else can go wrong? What do you think? What else can go wrong? Claudia, would love for you to come up. Would love for you to come up. Remind me right after our meditation, okay? So you have lots of time. Have you ever noticed a tendency that when your day doesn't go as well as planned, you might say, what else can go wrong? Anybody ever said that? What else can go wrong? I have people say that all the time. I hear them say it, and I'm like, well, just about anything you can think of. Yet, in response to positive occurrences, you tend to say, boy, that'll never happen again. That was a fluke. This is because your ego expects negative circumstances to follow negative circumstances, but believes you're just lucky if something positive happens. To get an idea of how your thoughts create positive or negative responses, imagine yourself at the top of a snow-covered hill, and you've just made a snowball about 3 feet in diameter. Everybody here know what snow is? Just curious. You give your ball a push, and down the hill it travels, picking up speed and size on its own. None of this would surprise you, of course, for you understand the nature of gravity. You also know the snowballs tend to get larger when they're rolled because snow sticks to itself. Oh, I love the snow. Your mind works in a very similar manner. When you have a thought and you give it a little energy, it will pick up momentum. Like the snowball. Once your thought is on a roll, it will take up more of your consciousness by attracting like-minded thinking. Negative thoughts stick to other negative thoughts. Let's say, for example, you're having an okay day, and suddenly your boss walks in, appearing to be having a bad day. She points out whatever she thinks you are doing wrong, and then gives you a priority project. After your boss leaves, you realize that you forgot your lunch, and with the extra work, you don't have time to go out today. You mutter under your breath, what else can possibly go wrong? Next, though you might not realize it, you begin looking for what's going to further mess up your day. Your mood goes sour, and maybe you even become a little like your boss was earlier, having a negative attitude with other people. This, in turn, gives you unwanted responses from your coworkers, which gives you all the more reason to continue your bad day. Can anyone relate to that? Hey, Darla, great to see you. Your bad day didn't get started because of your surly boss or because you missed lunch. It happened because you had a thought that you gave a little shove at the top of the hill, and down it went, getting bigger with like-minded negative thoughts. The good news is, once you begin to see this, there are a couple of ways to stop it. First, imagine you're back at the top of the snow-covered hill. And this time, you notice there are 2 piles of snow to make your snowballs from. One is slightly dark, with a dingy appearance. The other's glistening white and sparkling in the sun. Over the dingy pile is the phrase, past pain and fear. Over the shimmering pile is the phrase, present joy and love. Imagine that the hill is your mind. Which snowballs do you want to send down it, going along the way? Second, if you overlooked your choice at the top of the hill and find that your negative thinking is already on a pretty good roll, imagine that you can get out in front of your dingy snowball thinking and yell, "Stop!" And it does. Of course it stops. The original thought was your creation. You gave it the energy to get it going. When you withdraw your energy from it, it ceases to exist. What is this saying? What this is saying is that you have control over your response to circumstances. You really do. When you look for what is wrong, you'll find it. When you look for what is positive, you'll find it. When you put energy into what you put energy into creates momentum. Whoa, my eyes are playing tricks on me this morning. What you put energy into creates momentum, like pushing that snowball down the hill. You can stop your negative thinking by choosing to do so. You should choose your piles of snow carefully. Train your mind to be on the lookout for the positive. When good things happen, say, what else is going to go right today? We talked about this yesterday, about choosing our thoughts and about, number one, recognizing we're having a negative thought, right? Because when we recognize we're having a negative thought, there's a few things happen. Number one, we've been coming here to Morning Motivator for a long time, and we've been studying and practicing the law of attraction, and we know who's responsible for the negative thought, right? Who's responsible for the negative thought? Is it your husband, your daughter, your father, your mother, your aunt, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your friend? There's only one person responsible for your negative thoughts. And so once you recognize them, regardless of what you are observing, okay? Because what you are observing looks the way it looks because of how you're feeling. And so you have to control your negative responses. And let's face it, not everything we see is pleasing. But how we respond to it is different. And what we really want to focus on here is when we're alone with our thoughts and we find ourselves going down that slippery slope because someone did something, or someone said something, or someone was a certain way, or something happened. We are feeling, we are feeling the way we're feeling because of our thoughts about whatever is happening. And it doesn't mean it's easy to feel differently. But when we recognize that how we feel is a direct response to what we're thinking of constantly, because sometimes stuff happens, we see it, we respond to it, we react to it. It should be that way. We should really see it, think about it before we respond and react to it. But most often we react to it. And then we start thinking about it. We start thinking about all the negative sides of it. And it's really hard to see anything good. Have you ever been there? When it's really hard to see anything good? And that's when we have to follow our own advice. Because once you know something, you can't unknow it, and you guys all know there's only one person in the world responsible for how you feel right now, and it's not because of circumstances. It's because of how you're responding to those circumstances, and sometimes it's difficult to respond with love. But when we recognize that we aren't feeling well, and especially when we're on our own, and we recognize we're having negative thoughts because, well, what am I supposed to think about? Look what's going on. That's when we just have to snap ourselves back into reality and say what's going on is just like me saying, what else can go wrong? What else can go right? I can change the way I feel about this situation, even if I don't like the situation. I can change the way I feel, period. Regardless of how I feel about the situation, I can feel differently. I can tell myself everything is going to be okay. Because at the end of the day, everything is going to be okay, right? Regardless of what's going on, at the end of the day, everything is going to be okay. Doesn't matter how bad it is, whatever's going on. Everything is going to be okay. Some shape, some form, it be different, but it's going to be okay. And we can get through tragedies with love or with anger. What would feel better? So we need to be free of judgments. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Train your mind to be on the lookout for the positive. When good things happen, say, what other good things can happen? Darla says, darker the deeper you go in the water, in the ocean, in the sea of negativity. So stay above the surface to have a clear vision of reality. Yeah, I mean, and sometimes here's the challenge. The challenge is recognizing when you're going into the dark waters and doing whatever you can to get out of those dark waters. So number one, you got to recognize, oh, there I go down that slippery slope again. Recognize it, feel it, allow it to be there. I mean, we have emotions. We are humans. Okay, we're having a human experience. Humans have emotions, most of them. I do know some people that I wonder if they have emotions. But most of us have emotions. Some of us have more emotion than others. Do you know anybody with a lot of emotion? It can be difficult to deal with. They can be a challenge. And isn't that what we're here for? To experience challenges, to be a better person in spite of everything that's going on, to still be an amazing, wonderful, happy person. My son-in-law reminded me the other day that just keep being you. Keep smiling. Keep bringing happiness everywhere you go. And I thought he's right. And I've been working really hard to get back there, and I'm there. I'm there. It feels really good. We are almost at the half-hour mark. What would you guys like to meditate to today? Yesterday we did Let Go with Lori Granger. It's Tuesday today. The door is open, whatever you'd like. And then after our meditation, Claudia is going to come up and share today. So I'm really anxious to hear from you. I know that there's been a lot going on. Some physical meditation, you got it. Nothing like a little Esther to wake your day. When I hear Esther, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter whether it's physical, general, relationships, or money. It's exactly the same. They are all exactly the same to me. Isn't that funny? I only hear one thing. Isn't that weird, eh? Anyways, physical. It is. Listen to, let's get physical. Physical. I'm going to be getting physical. Yeah, I am. All right. Here we go. A little physical with Abraham, and we'll see you guys back here in 15 minutes.
It is nice to have an opportunity to visit with you for the purpose of tuning to your natural rhythm of well-being. Breathe in, breathe out. Your intelligent body is comprised of trillions of cells, seeking and finding alignment and balance at all times. Breathe in, breathe out. There is no greater advantage that you could offer to your body than this gentle releasing of resistance right now. Your natural state is one of absolute well-being, and in the absence of resistance, your physical body must thrive. Breathe in. Breathe out. By deliberately focusing upon good-feeling thoughts, you allow your physical cells to return to their natural balance. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing deeply is the key, softly hearing our words and allowing gentle alignment with the energy of your source. Breathe in. Breathe out. The cells of your body are guided by Source and have the ability to find their balance no matter what, every time. You will not only find recovery from unwanted conditions, but a steady maintaining of well-being will ensue. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you listen and breathe and release and relax, the maintaining of a good-feeling body will come easily. Breathe in. Breathe out. Even unwanted conditions that have been with you for a while will gradually diminish until they no longer exist. Breathe in. Breathe out. By releasing resistance a little more every day, you will feel the power that creates worlds flowing through you. Just breathing and listening, not to make something happen, but for the pleasure and comfort of alignment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your physical body will respond very quickly to the absence of resistance that you are feeling now while you breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is no physical body, no matter what the condition, that cannot return to its natural state of well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. These words that you are hearing are not about your body, but about your allowing and your alignment of Source. Your body is a reflection of the balance of your thought, and this release of resistance will produce positive change. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beginning with the cells of your physical body, physical improvement will sweep through you at every level. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are a vibrational being with non-physical roots, and your body is an extension of that non-physical source. Breathe in. Breathe out. We offer these words so as you listen and breathe, you will tune to your frequency of natural well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you take the time to find vibrational balance, your physical well-being will be easy to maintain. Breathe in. Breathe out. From your place of alignment, beneficial behavior will be inspired and wonderful things will unfold with great ease. Breathe in. Breathe out. The more ease you feel, the less resistance you hold, and the more the cells of your body can find their balance. Breathe in. Breathe out. This process of breathing and allowing makes it possible to get from wherever you are to wherever you desire. As you breathe and release resistance, you tune your vibrational frequency to that of your source and to personal thriving. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is natural for you to feel good and for you to be well and for you to experience perfect bodily conditions. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are becoming a vibrational match to well-being, and your body will show you the evidence of that. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you listen and breathe, with every day that passes, your alignment with well-being will become stronger. As you acknowledge these words in an atmosphere of no resistance, you will fuel clarity and vitality and well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your body responds primarily to the content of your thoughts. And right here, right now, your body is benefiting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your life is supposed to feel good to you, and you are meant to feel happiness in your life, and you are meant to satisfy your dreams. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are doing extremely well. Physical well-being is flowing to you. Relax and enjoy the unfolding. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel appreciation for what is and eagerness for what is coming. There is great love here for you. Breathe in. For the next few minutes, letting the music guide you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the vortex.
Well, I have to say that was pretty lovely. There's something about Esther's voice that resonates with me. I just love it. Let's do today's affirmation, and then Claudia, we would love to hear from you. So let's just take a big breath together and exhale. Let's say this out loud together. Every ending is a new beginning. That's supposed to say life is eternal. Living is eternal too, right? Life is eternal. Every ending is a new beginning. Life is eternal. We are interesting species, us humans. We are. Claudia, I know that you are literally manifesting miracles in your life. And wow, that's all I can say is like, holy wow. And I remember when Don said to me the other day, last week, he says, what kind of advice would you give Claudia? And I looked at him and I said, the same advice I'm giving myself. It's just really hard to take.
Hello, I'm going to move this. Well, anyways, here we go. It's a mirror, I know. Okay. Well, first of all, hi everybody, and it's so good to be back with Janet and everyone. And I had a trying time during your time off, Janet. Myself, basically, took a long time. About 4 months ago, I started going to Al-Anon because my husband's an alcoholic, and I couldn't stand to be around him anymore. When he gets so out of it, I can't even talk to him. So it just, I've been putting up with this for like 26. So I started going to Al-Anon, which is a lot like this, and they talk a lot about attitude and gratitude and all that stuff. And you work on yourself, you don't work on them. So I was really enjoying that. But he was not willing to get help. If he's not going to get help, I don't know if I can live with him the rest of my life like this. And so I got further away from him. I was feeling miserable. I was like, in chaos, and I hate it when I don't make a decision, and I just couldn't make a decision. I would go back and forth, because I do love him. For a while, I convinced myself that I didn't love him and I was going to leave him. And so we got separated. Well, about a month and a half ago, we had a long talk, and all of a sudden he says, okay, I'm going to an Al-Anon meeting right now. An AA meeting right now. And I said, are you sure you want to do this? He says, yes, I want to do it and to save our marriage. And I said, you can't do it if you just want to save our marriage. It won't happen, You have to want to do it yourself. And he agreed that, yes, he wants to do it himself. So we went to AA at 7:30 in the morning. We found a meeting. And he came back and he said, yes, I'm going to keep going with this. And he started going to meetings about every other day or so. On Friday night, we have a meeting that we go together in the same building with Al-Anon in one room and the AA in the other. So we go together. And so that makes it nice on a Friday night, because that used to be his first drinking night after work, his Friday. And so we started doing that. He did really, really well. He had to have his beer, so he got NA beer, or he got ginger beer and mixed it with ginger ale. I can't think this morning. And so he was drinking a lot of that, which gets expensive. But anyways, at least he wasn't drinking the beer or the tequila, like he was. And so I had a vacation in California last week, which I had planned for a long time, and that was the test. But I tried not to worry about it the whole time I was gone. I just thought positive, had a good time. I came back. He told me over the phone that he didn't have any beer. When I got home, he admitted that he did have a six-pack on Saturday. last Saturday. My daughter and her boyfriend were over. And I didn't get upset. I didn't react to it. But we did have a long talk, and we made conditions that we can both live with. And I told him I would still be married to him if we stay with these conditions. And one condition was that we will still go to Al-Anon and AA every Friday night. And another condition is he can have his 6-pack of beer on Saturday night. Because if he drinks any more than that, that's when he starts getting, different. And so I can handle that, and I can live with that. And so we're going to try that for a while. He has done really well so far. He hasn't drank all week. He was on vacation this week. He didn't drink at all. So that's where we are right now. We are staying married, and I feel so much better. I was a nervous wreck before. I lost 14 pounds, partly because of that. Also, I wanted to lose it, so I stuck to Weight Watchers. So anyways, I am finally feeling that we have reached an agreement that we can both agree with. And so far so good. And we're back to I love you again. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So anyways, that's about it. I'm a casual drinker, by the way. I'll have one or two, and that's it, about once a week. So that's about all I can say. Is it was a big, big, big deal this past 4 months, and I have overcome it now. I'm not going to worry. All I did was praise him when he did go to the meetings. I never judged him. And he was very thankful for that, of course. So anyways, that's about it, and everybody have a wonderful day.
Wow, I don't even know what to say, Claudia. That was so awesome of you to come up and share. I mean, you've created miracles. It started with you, remember, having that image of your husband as a non-drinker and just picturing that every day. What would that be like? And you did the steps first because you took care of yourself, and you realized at the end that, this is what you want, and you were open. You got to a place that was healthy for yourself. And then you started thinking about, well, now that I feel better, what do I really want? And I really want my husband to be a non-alcoholic. I really want him not to drink. And so the way to do that is start picturing him as a non-drinker without expecting him to stop drinking. That's hard, isn't it? Picturing your goal. It's like picturing a house you want. It's like picturing the beach. It's like picturing whatever you want. And believing that by doing so, things could change, and they did. He has a disease, he does. And you have to recognize it's like cancer. This one's curable, but it takes a mindset that will, and a lot of support that he has to want to. And I have to believe that the wanting to came from your visions. And you are changing. He saw what you went through and thought, I'll give it a try. And good for you for saying, don't do this for our marriage. Do this for you. You're awesome, Claudia. Can't wait to read this chapter of your book, or this next book, because this is big. And regardless of where this goes, I think you can see now that if every day, the secret to a happy marriage, every day you fall in love again, You remind each other how amazing you are. You do everything you can to make that person's day better, and they do everything they can to make your day better. That's the secret to a happy marriage, to a lifelong marriage, to one that doesn't fall apart. Because when you do that every day, things don't fall apart. It's when we stop doing those things that things fall apart, and it's easy to forget to do those things. Like saying, I love you, baby. Life is good, isn't it? I'm having lunch with my girls tomorrow. I will be okay with that, I think. It will be interesting. Anywho, every ending is a new beginning, and life is eternal. So let's remember that today, no matter where we're going, no matter what we're doing, and no matter who we do it with, let's make it our dominant intent to look for things that feel good. Because when we feel good, we're vibrating with a higher power. That feels good, doesn't it? Sure does. Let's take a big breath. Yes, it will be a challenge, but it'll be okay. I will make it okay. And if it's not okay, I have my own car. I know the exit. And I'm okay with that. Oh, all right. Let's have a great day today, because every day is a great day because you woke up, you're breathing, you're alive. It's good no matter what's going on. We can be better. We can work each day to get through the things that are in our lives right now to make our space a better space, regardless of what's going on in the world. Because right here, right now, if we can have a good space, if we can create a really good energy and a really good vibration, we're going to have that ripple effect, and we'll spread it everywhere we go. We'll be back here tomorrow. You guys will all be back here. Get out there, remind your contacts, spread the word. We're here every day. Right? If you don't get my invitation right away, if it doesn't get there right away, don't worry about that. You'll see me on the fan page. Get out and spread the word. Let's start helping more people. All right. And for now, let's have a little bit of happy. Love you guys. See you.